Hey guys, it's been a while since Damn it, why is this hard? Okay. Hello! It's been a while since I did the part 3 of the Art of Pottery video that went over some influential people of today's influential ceramicists that have Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done anything on YouTube. The last video was the part 3 of the influential ceramicists of today's pottery world. I started this project back when I was in Florida, after some life changes and a year in Australia. I'm back in my hometown, Grand Junction, Colorado. Back in Florida, so almost 2 years ago now, I had the pleasure of meeting Salem Smith at an art fair at Tetherball Coffee. Shout out to them as well. But Salem is a wonderful human being in general. They started their business in 2022 called Soulestial Sorcery, which when I met them, they were mainly focused on pottery, but now, a few years later, they've expanded their business model and their own personal journey. So to quote their artist statement that will be up on the Art of Life website, Salem is a multi-dimensional and intuitive artist from upstate New York who's been creating since childhood. Art became a refuge during his experience with gender dysphoria, helping him process grief, identity, and isolation. Through ceramics, collage, and illustration, Salem explored both form and emotion, often spending entire school days in the art room. After high school, he moved to northeastern Florida and launched Soulestial Sorcery in 2022, a small business featuring original characters, designs, prints, and handmade goods. But during his gender transition, he noticed his desire to create had faded, which was something that once worried him as his source of inspiration seemed to dry up. In time, he realized it was because he no longer needed art as a survival tool. The inner pain and fear had vanished, and with it, the urgency to escape. I'll share the rest of his artist statement at the end of this video, but he's been a very inspiring artist personally, and I can't wait for you guys to hear a little bit about their story as well. Again, this was back in Florida. We filmed at a park, so please excuse any weird noises or random people. But we got together and I interviewed them about their backstory and how they got to making pottery, while I made another little coil pot like I did in the fourth grade. While I was in Australia, they had a chance to fire the pot and they added a glaze and a little artistic freedom of a design that is based on a sketch that I do in this video. We'll see the final product at the end, so I hope that you guys finally get to enjoy the finale of the Art of Pottery. See you on the other side.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm still gonna get stencils, but I have a lot of them. So what you could do is Because at the stencils, you can't really make like a pot out of them, but you could trace the outline of it and then carve it out.
Okay.
If you want to. That's a little. Well, we'll see how your pot making skills are before today. But
yeah.
so I have like.
Reference point that I
Yes, that's a coil pot
Yeah.
though. So like I just made a sculpture that's a coil, and that's kind of hard to make. Like those are a bit easy, but
Yeah.
like when you make a coil sculpture, I had to make a form out of newspaper and tape. Then I had to put string inside of it, put clay over top of it, and then pull the string so that it would cut it. But then it was too wet, so I had to hold it in front of the fan, pull it dry so I could merge it back together. But anyway, so we have like a heart one, and then these are more like, it's harder to build like taller ones for your first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like around that size or like a little bit taller than that is like a good size so that you can smear it all, make it all nice and pretty and everything. But the taller ones like that are harder to get like everything. It's easier on a wheel. So.
Yeah. We're just gonna make a bowl, or what do you think we should do?
I don't know. I usually when yeah, because I'm gonna help you make stuff, but I don't know. Like recently, I'm gonna try to do like a shark.
Just to open this bag. Okay.
Oh, yeah. And then I'm gonna try to make like a charcuterie board type thing.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm gonna do a fair at a farm, so I feel like that would be more charcuterie people. But
I feel like I should redo a bowl again just to see like.
we could do coil pot if you would want.
Do that.
Wow.
I don't know how hard that would be.
It's not too hard. In a coil pot, we could smooth out the outside edges if you wanted to, because I do have a rib.
What's a rib?
Oh, yes. I was going to say, do you know what a rib is?
I got some of those.
Yeah, no. Or sometimes they'd be like, I'm going to rib it, and then they go, oh, like a frog. Yeah. We'd had so many jokes. Yeah. Like when we would do wheel throwing, we had so many jokes like, oh, I just, yeah. It was a whole big, it was like a whole bunch of dad jokes in like one setting.
Are you part of a pottery club or anything?
No, you know what? I was thinking about making one.
Oh, there you go.
Because, although I don't really live anymore.
Well.
I don't. You know how like you meet people and you're like, what's your name again? Yeah, I don't know.
Her.
Yeah, her.
We all have one of those.
Yeah. So no, lately I've been playing. Someone will literally get done telling me their name lately, and I'm like, what's your? Sorry. Right again. Can you say
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So, but she literally cried and told me that like I made her whole day because she's like, I'm inspired to make pottery again. And I'm like, oh.
Yay.
But no, I used to make it in high school. So.
Okay.
And that was all. So this one's wheel thrown. That was my first ever pot. And then this one's slab built, newer. I mean, this is more like formal.
This?
No, this
one. Oh, this
like,
one?
Formal dishware. Like
Okay.
Even.
Yeah.
But I feel like when it's not like, I mean, this one's not perfect either, but like when it's not perfect, sometimes I feel like it feels more personal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think people appreciate that.
My grandparents and my great-grandparents were all into like their kitchenware and like fiestaware.
Right, yeah.
The Blue Danube dishes.
Yeah.
They all look the same. I hated that stuff. They'd be like, oh my god, we're gonna get the Blue Danube dishes. And then they're like, and one day they'll be yours. And I'm like,
yay.
oh, yay. When am I gonna
Here's my, I don't know, this is just like a first draft.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the wave painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Do you want to carve that, or do you? We can decide that once you build it.
Yeah.
How tall do you want it to be?
I don't know, just something kind of small.
Okay.
Where'd you get that rubber band?
It comes with the
Really?
bag. Yes. They have. Yeah. I have one that's green and shorter, but that one is so long. It's like, what are you gonna tie that with?
This is. It's funny. It's like a slingshot rubber band.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's pretty.
Okay.
So
what
so
kind of clay is this?
so it's cone 6.
Cone 6.
I used to have cone 5, but that one's sorry, cone 6.
Cone 6.
Cone 6, and it's honestly kind of like the cone 5 one.
What's the difference between
So-
cones?
So the higher you get, the more durable it is. But so like cone 10 is the stuff that you'd have at college and high school.
Okay.
Then don't touch it because your hands will dry out.
Right.
But so yeah, so cone 10 is like the stuff that you'd have at high school
Okay.
and college. And then usually the modern day people like myself, it's usually like middle, so like 5 or 6. But I've noticed that this clay, and I don't know if it's just clay type. I used to get it at Atlantic Pottery Studio, but now I get it at Jackson Pottery because it's more convenient. But we'll put stuff over that so it doesn't dry out. But B-Mix that I used before, Cone 5 B-Mix, which is the bag that it came in.
Mm-hmm.
That is more softer, and this is less malleable, I think. It's a harder clay, but at the same time it takes a really long time to dry out. But while you're touching it, you think, oh my god, it's so dry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so B-Mix was a lot easier, and that's what I made this out of.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But we didn't have a lot of B-Mix in high school, so we had a lot of like red clay, red stoneware. But this is a cream colored stoneware, so it's gray right now. But excuse me, when it's fired, it'll
You're
be.
allowed to burp.
Thank you. Well, I did get a kombucha.
You say kombucha?
Yeah.
Okay, I say kombucha.
Well, that's probably the right way to say
I
it.
don't know.
Anyway, so we'll cover these up, I guess, and spray them so they don't dry out.
Yes.
You need a lot of water for it, but...
Winter.
Yeah! So,
Like that's a northeast.
yes! No, but
Winter.
it's more like a...
Philly.
Yes! It's more like a Pennsylvania
Yeah.
thing. So my mom is from Pennsylvania and my dad is from Jersey.
Okay. Yeah.
So what a combination, but yeah, they say like water, and then
Water.
he'll say human resources, not
Human.
not human. But
Yeah, human.
and it's humid out. Yeah. Like you have to be very like.
Gotta be quick.
Yeah. But
Inspiration here.
are you gonna try to remake it?
I don't know.
Or
I think we'll just use it as a
or
visual
reference?
Yeah.
So maybe use the other ones underneath it, but so it's just like you roll it out until like it's like
Alright.
a long snake, but not too thin. You don't want it to be.
Yeah. Is that like kind of the look we're going for, or it's skinnier?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Don't go any thinner than that.
So you said you did ceramics in high school.
Yeah, so I did. So in my sophomore year, first year you had to take general art,
Okay.
and that's where all the people were that didn't want to do it. So that was my first year.
Introduction.
So I took advanced art in sophomore year, which was meant to only be for seniors. So I was in there. Yes, and me and my friend, since we are friends anymore. But we did pottery together, and we help each other and everything. But yeah, so we do that, and then my junior year I just did pottery. But I spent like my 8th period in there. I spent my lunch in there, and I spent. Sometimes on Fridays we'd have after school.
Yeah.
In the art room, so I would spend like most of my day in there. But
Nice. Yeah,
I think that's good.
That's good.
Okay. Well, we'll smooth this out in a minute, but
Alright.
so it needs just because I don't want this. So like this is called like slipping and scoring.
Okay.
So basically like what it does is that it'll like merge the
Next layer.
Yeah, but they say like it basically is like Velcro for clay.
Okay.
But you have to wet it and keep slicing it and everything like that. So then I think like this will be your
At the base.
base,
Okay.
which that kind of cracked already. So we're just kind of be careful on it, but
Alright.
you just kind of gently. Yeah, on the outer edge.
Pointing.
Well, yeah, and then I'll help you out on the other
Okay.
because it's getting like cracked, and when that starts to happen, it gets Maybe stop for a second.
Okay.
But this is getting like a little
Super
cracky, so just kind of like. Make sure,
Okay.
smear and make sure that it's like, I guess like normally you'd have like a rib to smooth it. Well, I mean you can if you want to, but it's so like basically all the clay has like platelets. Kind of.
No,
platelets.
yeah.
That's like what the clay is like made of.
Right.
Like I want to say like atom cells.
The particles.
The particles, if you will, yeah. So that, like, if you smooth your finger around it, that is, like, aligning all of them.
Right.
So, but that makes the clay strong. So, but this is all, like, stuff that I learned, so.
I was watching some YouTube videos about the history of pottery.
It's been around, like.
I didn't realize.
It's been around since
How long
the
have been?
beginning
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
You think that, like, okay, so like a red clay, when you're making stuff with red clay, it's really bright red. But when you so this is made with red clay.
Oh, nice.
But when you fire it, it's like, it's not really red. It's like,
I've seen that. I mean, I've seen videos of that happening. I just.
Oh, and then this has speckles in it, but that's called grog.
Grog.
And that's other pieces of clay.
Cool.
So, but it's a little bit more coarse. I didn't really like it. V-Mix is more like, and that'll also change the color of your glazes. So, but when you do V-Mix and like porcelain stuff, that is like true to the glaze. So like, yeah,
like whatever you stick on there.
Like this one is like a really light blue color, and the top one is
Alright.
I'm gonna intervene here.
Okay.
This is a little bit too wet.
Too much? Okay.
Too wet, I would say. So if it's too wet, it'll break. But if it's too dry, it'll break. So there has to be a happy medium, but
I love. There needs to be balance.
yeah, it's really temperamental. But I think that the common misconception is that like clay is like one of the hardest things to do or whatever, or like mediums. Some people, I would say so.
Yeah.
Like, sure.
So just switch these out.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Mhm.
Okay.
We have more tools and stuff, but these are like your basics.
Right. Pointy, flatty.
No, needle tool and
Needle.
I don't know about other tools.
Little spatula.
Made this stuff because I liked it, and
Oh yeah.
like, I mean, I started my business. I started with like papery stuff. I started with like stickers, and
Yeah.
because the people on the island won't.
Oh, interesting.
They don't like to spend money at all. So and like they'll come over to your table and be like, you can
Well, this
see.
is cute.
Yeah, or you can see their head like thinking about your art, and, and you can hear them like practically say, "Is your art and time worth mine?"
Oh yeah. All right.
Thanks.
You think that's good?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll bring this back.
I
And
love the
then-
production of it.
So we'll do so you'll slip and squirt around the whole
Okay.
thing, and then as it keeps going,
Just gonna build it.
build up.
Okay.
But once you get back around to the other side of it, like where it starts to overlap, then I'll help you.
Okay.
But
Yeah, my mom has a bunch of Fiesta ware.
my mom does too.
Yeah.
We actually eat off our Fiesta ware all the time. But
Yeah.
if I have pots in there, like most of them, I like my first pots I ever made in high school. I still keep those.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the stuff I mainly eat off of. But this pot I just put like my medicine in it.
Nice.
But
Well, yeah, you were telling me on Instagram chat the other day. You're like, you reheated bread in yours.
yeah. Oh no, that was this one.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I don't know if they can see that, but yeah, reheated bread in it. Because you're like, oh, you want to bring it for
Yeah.
this pot? I'm like, yeah, I use it all the time now. To fire it, I mean, I only do single firing, which some people do bisque firing. I used to do that. I thought that was the only way before, but I think it's cheaper to fire it single fire. So like for 2 pots, probably about like that size,
Yeah.
and that is like $4 to fire for all those things. But it's really expensive because like too bad. But then the glaze is like the most expensive thing. I mean, it makes sense. It's what like solidifies it,
Yeah.
kind of. Makes it so that it's not just some hard dirt, I guess.
Yeah. Fancy dirt.
Fancy dirt, yeah. But then also like, I'll show you like how to use like wax resist and stuff for like for the bottom of the pot, but also the like this. You can put glaze in there, like you can like get spoons out. I get my plastic spoons from Panera because they're nice soup
There you
spoons,
go.
and I put the glaze in that little
Good soup.
yeah, in the silicone cup, like layer it,
Mm.
kind of like acrylic pouring would
Yeah.
be, and then yeah. So then like you have a base to your. You pick like a glaze base, so like this would be like a black, shiny black, and you do like maybe 2 to 3 coats of that for your base, and then you pour the glaze all over. So it makes different. It kind of makes like a fluid effect, like sometimes it'll make like cells in the glaze and stuff. So now you would start to. No, that's fine. You made a better base to it. But yeah, so you'd start to like, I mean, like slip and squirt this.
Okay, the top.
Yeah.
It's very therapeutic.
was like, I was a kid that would kind of read stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
liked the Magic Tree House books.
Oh, yeah.
Like early age.
Yeah.
Then I would read. I don't know what I'd read. Anyway, I'd read like at the book fairs they would have like the dork diary books. I would read
Yeah.
those because she was like an artist and everything like that. So I would read those.
You could
But-
relate.
Yeah, but then she'd like. And then, like, people would find her drawings, and she'd be like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. So I also could relate to that. But, like, they were good in a way, but it was just kind of like, oh
Yeah.
my god, you found my art that I made and put so much time into. But people in my school that, like, I don't know, I wasn't popular, but I wasn't, like, the kids that were, like, severely...
Yeah.
I was teetering on the edge of like outcast there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So and like the art kid thing that didn't help at all. So, but I would do like plays and stuff like that. But then
Yes.
I didn't like to do plays anymore because like there were the kids that did them were like. Nice most of them. And then it was
even the theater kids.
Not. It was high stakes where I was. It was like. So this is a bit too wet.
Okay. So.
But.
Alright.
And then. Maybe now would. I don't know. Maybe now would be the time to like. So that part is. You really have to be like smush it in.
Gotcha.
But that's really what there. So maybe take a few. And then there's different kinds of consistencies of clays where some people say like leather hard.
Oh yeah, that's one of the terms I was.
Yeah. Waiting to hear. Yes.
No.
Yeah. So that's kind of when like the perfect consistency is to kind of like
Leather hard.
Yeah, to merge things. Like, yeah, so it looks wrong for the time being. You'd be like, oh my god, my pot's ruined. But no, you need it to be like kind of so that it.
So the edges are.
Yeah,
Okay.
like smush down into it. We'll just take it out of the bag.
All right. Sure.
I don't know. Clay is hard. I usually just. I don't know.
Literally.
And especially like by yourself, you're like, oh my god, my first pot, like when I did it only slab building,
Yeah.
that took me like I want to say 2 hours to make one pot, but like maybe it wasn't 2 hours, it felt like 2 hours.
Right.
It was awful. I was like, I had almost had a breakdown. I was like halfway through it. I was like, I can't do it.
That's yeah.
Yeah, it's bad, but
I was kind of starting this idea. I was like, well, the technology and the software, it took me, I started using this one software and it took me like a whole week just to upload the video because of, I think it was just so much data.
So in my timeline, going back to the
Timeline.
in high school, so the last 2 years I did BOCES, which was technical school, but in New York they only called it BOCES. So if you went any other state and you said I have a BOCES technical degree, they go, what the hell is BOCES?
Cool.
So, but you had a certificate and you just say, oh, it's technical school.
I had a piece of paper.
Paper with a sticker on it.
That's how I feel.
But no, that was basically like in my school it was kind of like if you did BOCES you were seen as like dumb, which is weird because it was
Gum?
like no dumb.
Oh, dumb.
Well, maybe. Gum.
Chewy.
But no, you're seen as like you weren't gonna go to college.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, like so I was in those classes, and then the kids in there would hate me because they'd think like, why are you in here? Like this is way below your level. You're just here. Like, and I was like, I am here because I want to do BOCES, and so I did like technical stuff.
Yeah.
And I did visual communication, so I did graphic design.
There you go.
I did video editing. I did for photo photography.
Yeah.
I did all that stuff. It was useful, but at the time I thought like, oh, I have to go to college.
Oh, yeah.
But so many people,
Just kind of BS.
so many people, I can't stand it. They're like, especially like late millennials and up. Why don't you go to college?
Oh, yeah.
You have so much potential. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to listen to some old guy talk about what he thinks art is, and then I'm going to be the same boat I am right now, but in debt.
Right, yeah.
And then this is
You're going to be in debt either way, but you'd probably be in more debt if you went to college.
Well, no, but like, I'm just like...
At least the way the system is now.
Well, I'm just like... I don't understand the thought process here. Plus, after you get out of college, there's no jobs for you. If you do ceramics, which is what I wanted to do, there's no, like, jobs in ceramics. Kind of, really. Unless you own your own studio. Jobs. Yeah. So, I mean, I think, and it was funny because I didn't plan on doing ceramics again, but I thought that
what are you gonna say?
I thought that I'd have to do like a normal job or whatever, but I didn't think that I would end up doing ceramics. So like when I would get done with my pottery, I would literally go to BOCES and have pottery all over my clothes, like the clay all over my clothes and everything. The first year I was like, this is stupid. I suck at the computer stuff because I was very like traditional art, and I just hated, like, I liked the art, but I didn't like it. I was like very like depressive about it. I was like, this is stupid. I don't know what, and it was free to do it. Like it was free education, but I was like, this is dumb. I just want to make pottery. But you know what? The more things change, the more they stay the same because this is what I do now. So.
Some things never change.
But yeah, so
Mr. Goose or Duck?
I don't know. But yeah, so but every other place you could do the program and go right into the workforce. That's how it was.
Yeah.
But for my group, it was like, you're going to be working...
So it's a side hobby forever.
No.
Oh, really?
No. It was like, well, you can. Well, you have to go to college first. So it was that. But then it was also, and once you get out of college, you're going to be working for the man as well.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be making stuff that you want to make. You're going to be making stuff for the greater good of the world, I guess. But it wasn't. It was like dumb stuff. It was like, we need to make this sign for my... I don't know. For my Tesla. I don't know. I don't know. But then I did so I was lucky. I was one of the lucky ones. No one else had an internship like this, but you were expected to do an internship your senior year. Okay. So I did mine on a military base.
Oh, wow.
Which is not very fitting for me, but I did it in the sign shop, which was because my dad works on a military base.
Okay.
So, but he got me in there. But so you go and basically you can go to a sign shop. So you get to work with vinyl, you get to work with all that. So my Jeep that I used to have, I don't have that anymore.
Oh, same. I miss my Jeep.
Did you have a Wrangler?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't miss it.
Yeah,
the wind, it would rain.
Yeah.
I had a soft top on.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I decorated it in military grade vinyl.
Ooh.
So it had like.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's what I did.
So you actually like helped like put it on and stuff and design it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
awesome.
they let me do so I did make some signs for the actual like base, but the majority of my time there, I literally just made stuff for myself.
Okay.
So, and none of the other kids like doing their internship were supposed to do that, but they just sign off. No one talked to me my senior year, but I got to go home early. I didn't care.
All right, well.
Sometimes a few kids would be like, the kids that were nice to me would go, oh, so like, what'd you do at your internship? They'd be tired from their internship, and I'd be like, I made stickers. And they're like, for what? And I'm like, for my car.
There you go.
And they'd be like, oh, you got to do that? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, how'd you manage that? I'm like, well, I worked on it.
Yeah, take that, Savannah.
No, she worked. Oh, I forget what she did. Oh my god, I don't remember. Isn't that awful? I remember it like I was yesterday, but it wasn't. I think she. There were some people. No, I think she went. No, she went somewhere.
She went somewhere.
Couldn't wait to just get out of there, and then like my parents already like they only went to Fernandina once, and then they moved there. But we lived at this place called Vintage Amelia Apartments. Mm-hmm. They still have them there, and I have like she's a older lady, but I used to do my business startup class with her. For $1,000 startups, but because they give you $1,000 to do your own business, but no, but she's retaking it because like she's older, she doesn't remember stuff. But she's very sweet.
Get on there and paper towel.
Yeah.
A little too wet in these spots. Now that I know.
Yeah, it's hard to like. I think that like someone would already know that, but I guess if you I don't know, you forget that other people. Like, you make stuff, and they're like, why is this happening? And I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell you. Yeah. And this, like, slab building is different than that, because, like, it's ironic that I just made a coil pot, because I haven't made one in a while. So, I think I only made maybe 2 in my life.
Okay.
But, yeah, they're a little bit different. They're a little bit more high maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like clay's pretty kind of intensive, but
it's finicky. It's like I don't want to work for you. Oh no, it's to the point where you screwed it. Oh wait, no, it's going back again. It's a lot, but they say that porcelain is a lot harder than that because it's basically like throwing or making stuff with cream cheese.
Right.
That's what they say. It's the consistency of cream cheese.
I'm just smoothing everything out now.
Yeah, so in the inside, just start to smooth everything out. And also, if you want to take the rib,
do the outside.
Yeah, and do the outside. Yeah.
So, what made you think of like making that ultimate switch from like deciding to do pottery?
Well, I think I'm still gonna make the like occasional like sticker stuff. I don't think I'm totally gonna be like because there's still people that still like the stuff that I do make, like the postcards and the stickers, and because the pottery isn't for everyone. But I guess I just kind of like I don't know, like I like the past like so I moved and everything, and then I had like. I mean, I was always like very spiritual, but I had more of like spiritual awakenings to the point where it was kind of more like a self-love thing where it was like I really started to care about like myself.
Right.
like why I was so depressed since I was like middle school, everything like that. So I went to therapy and everything like that, and so it was more like my identity and stuff like that. So it was like, if I'm not loving everything I'm doing, why am I like, what am I doing? So I was like, before I knew about the program to like start your business, I worked at Target.
Hey.
One of my last jobs, I had a few different jobs. So the thing that would happen is that, which now the people I talk to, they know I would never guess you're introverted or anything like that because like I'm very chatty. But I wasn't always, so I was like very like socially anxious to the point where like I would work at a job for maybe a month or two, and I'd have such bad anxiety that I wouldn't, like, not that I would like not no call no show, I wouldn't do that, but I would be like, I'm feeling sick today, and I wasn't, but it was just because like I wasn't comfortable with like my identity and stuff like that, and like how it was being perceived, because it was, especially retail, it was hi ma'am for like 10-20 times like in the same conversation.
Was that here in Florida?
No,
that was...
No, it's still, well, the Target job was in Florida, but that was my first job here.
Especially in the South, everyone is ma'am or sir.
Yeah, so, but in New York it was a little bit more...
Retail.
Well, it was a little bit more, but it was a little bit more accepting, so like, and I did work at Starbucks up there. My coworkers were so rude to me just in general. I didn't even change my name, I didn't change my pronouns, anything like that. But I was so like, I had an inkling about it, but it was so like, I was so like positive that I was like, oh my god, it was so like, I couldn't do that, or I couldn't even begin to process that, because it was all about like making money, you need to work.
Right.
But it's weird because when I've noticed it lately, especially when you kind of like relax and don't think about it, it'll come to you. It'll be like to the point where you're like, I had this big bill due. I had which I'm very thankful that the universe worked out in my favor, but I had this big medical bill that my insurance, not my doctors were trying to help me out there, but my insurance didn't want to cover it. We have good insurance, but they didn't want to cover it. So I was like, it was going to be really steep, and I was like, I don't have the money for that. Like, it was going to go into the negatives. I was prepared to like, I didn't know. So I started to do DoorDash before that. So now I do a little bit of DoorDash.
Really?
Yeah. So it's just like a little extra money, but on the island it's very good because people tip there. Usually pretty well, but
That's too bad.
I was gonna say, I'm like, no. And then this is kind of, so you kind of gotta be a little bit more like
aggressive
with it.
Okay.
Like, don't be like
anytime I start something new, I'm always like,
it has to be. No, I'm usually like that as well, but I'm with clay, it's like you have to be kind of like, especially with this one, you have to be like,
alright,
yeah,
keep that in mind.
Yeah, and then also like, say the clay is getting too dry, you, after a point, like say you make an ornament and it's almost dry, you can, and say like it's at the point where you can still bend it, if you don't, like, say you want to bend it the other way, that clay will work back the other way because it already has like memory to it.
Yeah. Okay.
So you gotta be a little careful about it, but
be aggressive
with clay, yes. Except for porcelain.
Definitely. That's another thing I found interesting watching YouTube videos. Well, like when they talk about slip casting, you just like pour the stuff in there, like the liquid clay.
I always wanted to be a potter, like when I first started to do it.
Yeah.
And the Amico snob teacher was like, yeah, pottery is a fun hobby, but like pottery is being a potter is not a job.
Oh my god.
So I had that in the back of my mind, being like, you can't make money off pottery.
Right.
Yeah, but
Sure you can. I know. The firm that I'm in, for my primary job, we did like a teams get together where we painted pottery.
mm-hmm.
And the person who does pottery for a living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Said person who does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that do it for a living. It's like you gotta like smush it into itself, and like even directions you think like you just go like this way, you kind of have to go like go all different directions and kind of smear it into itself.
Okay.
But that's helpful. I don't know.
No, it is. It's whatever. Just tell me whatever you think I need to do. And
I don't know if you could build that pot up higher just because the top layer got really dry.
Yeah.
But miraculously, it's about the same size as this one.
Look at
Yeah.
Well, I have so.
Well, we could make other stuff too.
No,
like we could make like this stuff so that you can see like
Yeah.
the glaze technique.
No, I remember that I was upset that we didn't have more time. It was we did this in a day in the 4th grade, and I was like, I remember specifically trying to do like this wavy top and like, and I think we even tried to glaze it that same day. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It could have been a day after or something, but I just
the thing about
was not happy. I remember it was like, I want to have more time.
The thing about, especially that clay, now that might take like, and I with the B mix, it usually took a week to a few days to dry out.
Yeah.
But that clay, it's weird. It gets too dry, but then it holds on to the moisture. So like, it might take 2 weeks to dry. Like because I made a pot like a week ago, it's still wet. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is it? I didn't even add any more moisture to it. It was already like that, so.
As we finish up the coil pot here, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate Salem. He was so fun to interview, and again, I'm so honored to hear his story and how he be able to relate to how hard it was. It can be to start something, 1,000% that that's what you want to do, but all the hurdles and all the times you kind of have to take a good look in the mirror and say, what am I really doing, and why does this really matter to me? Who am I? What do I believe in? Yeah.
Like you can manifest stuff, which.
Right.
Yeah, but up until a certain extent, you just kind of have to let it go.
Yeah.
And like see if it will work out. But that's kind of how the pottery thing was. Is that I was a bit burnt out with the process of making other art stuff because it was so draining and so tiring. I like it, but it's just too much to constantly. It reminded me of like fast fashion, where like you have to keep up. What are you gonna make? Oh, every month you have to make a design.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to do that, but I finally also found a happy medium where I'm not breaking the bank to make a product, but I'm also not spending my whole day making something. So I'm like, I can go out and go do stuff, or if I don't feel like making anything that day, I don't want to, and I don't have
to close out Salem's artist statement. So in 2025, while working at a coffee shop, he started doodling cup art for customers and friends. He reconnected with that spark, but this time from a place of love. Now, Salem creates not for a survival or performance, but from a frequency of love and resonance and as a way to express presence, truth, and connection. So, da, 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 da. This is the final product, and Salem added the wave from my original drawing. This is when he did it when I was in Australia, and as they were doing the glaze, they wrote down the type of glaze, the bases, the colors, materials. And so I just wanted to say thank you, Salem, so much for being my first artist that I get to interview. I loved hearing your story, and I hope that we can inspire others in a similar situation that can relate as well, being able to hear your story and have the courage to stand up for themselves in any manner that may be, and able to live their authentic life and be fully realize their dreams and go out and do what they think they want to do, and at least try and get out there and get something started. So again, Salem, thank you so much, and all of you watching, thank you for watching. I'll try to be getting a video out next week for the a brand new artistic endeavor and a brand new artist. So look forward to next week for the start of something new. Okay, bye. Love you.